Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and in tonight's live stream we're going to look into the full moon in Capricorn, uh, which is taking place in an hour and 10 minutes from now. So I'm going to be just about done, and actually no, it's 21st for me, but it is 20th for you, so it's taking place for you guys tomorrow at 9:08 p.m. So half a day, give or take. And this moon phase is gonna be up to 5th of July up until 7 p.m., where the moon is going to become new in Cancer. So the time frame of today's forecast is from 21st evening to 5th of July evening. 21st of June to 5th of July, the evenings. And the first thing that I'm doing, as per usual, that is going to be the collective reading. And the first card that I drew a few hours ago, that is the Seven of Swords. Followed by the second card here, which stands as the Two of Wands. And it is the final card. That will be the Four of Pentacles. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Yasmin. Welcome to the stream, girls. So this is how the elemental dignity stands. Okay. And before I do that, just a note here. I'm doing streams from my old place because at the new one there is no air conditioner and it's summer and just my machine just can't handle it, just can't handle the heat. Okay. Hello, Jen. So for the time being, for the summer, I am gonna stream from my old place. So back to the forecast here. This full moon, or rather like this lunar phase, is gonna push us into doing something about ourselves and about our, I would say it that way, our own personal agenda. Now that's the thing, according to these cards. There are results which we are accomplishing into one place or another, and before you know it, they are going to be good results. They will become a good result. So very soon, in the next few days, any one of us can expect that in a personal endeavor, when I say personal, I mean an endeavor that does not include anyone, if not but one person, and that is only if this endeavor is a personal relationship. And there are, like I said, there is going to be a good progress in it. No one else is going to appreciate that particular personal progress. And so that's going to be the moment where, at least in my book, that is a very important decision that will have to be made in the next few days, okay? Whether we are going to waste ourselves, and waste our resources to fight someone else's war, to fight someone else's battle, or how I'd like to say it, are we going to give our efforts and our time to make someone else richer, or we're going to do it for ourselves? And I do believe that we are about to choose the latter rather than the former here, which is going to make our life feel uncertain. Unfortunately, that is from this elemental dignity here. It's elemental dignity. So at some point, it's going to kind of feel that we have ruined a future. We have ruined, say, our career future, our personal future, our intimate future, whatever the case. But very quickly after that, okay, I'm going to put it that way, rewards are going to start piling up. And these are rewards that we are going to have an opinion about, that we do deserve. So bottom line here, it is that as an accomplishment, we are going to get the attitude we deserve, the payment we deserve, the money we deserve, the respect we deserve, the love we deserve, and so on and so forth, wherever these initial progresses are going to take place. And that is only if we do decide, that we do not care about the opinion of anyone around us, but we only care of what we think we deserve, which is another, it's like a guidance that within this full moon in Capricorn, our self-righteousness is going to be super synced with the universal righteousness, meaning that anything we think we deserve is actually something we deserve. So with that said, guys, this was the collective reading. And now a few notes about the show. Bear in mind that these are going to be readings for the star signs. They're going to be 12 readings, just like this one. And I'm going to start with Aries, and I'm going to end up with Pisces. So that means that I will run the ecliptic down. And as the readings to your star sign, the magnitude, or in other words, how much they are going to affect you and where they are going to affect you, depends on your chart. So do not take them as your personal readings. Okay, use that information for guidance and information meant to open your eyes for different options available, and so on and so forth. Or just to scope the atmosphere, what kind of an atmosphere you will have to work under. But very seldom this information happens to be a specific answer to your specific question. If you do wish my interpretation, or rather like a subject to my interpretation of tarot, to be your personal situation where you can get those answers, then you can go to my website, which link you're going to find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you're going to see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. Now, other than that, if you do enjoy the show and you do wish to support us, you can do so using either Super Chat or a PayPal. Link for the PayPal you're going to find in the description down below. Just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you for the $20. Let me put you into the list, and at the end of the stream, you are going to have your personalized reading. Right, so what star sign I'm reading for, you can track based on the glyph which is displayed here. And let's start first with Aries. All right, first one, that's going to be the Tower, followed by the second card, which is the King of Pentacles. And the third one, that's going to be the Sun. It's a let's put it that way, guys. It's gonna be a reconstruction. Okay, that's what at least according to these cards gonna take place here, going forward into the full moon in Capricorn for you, Aries. There will be a field of your life, whether that's gonna be, say, your business or some kind of friendship. It could be, your family and whatnot, that you're gonna start growing disliking. Okay, there gonna be something there that you will know at that point that it can be better, or you can do better, so to speak. Now, that's where your self-righteousness really is going to hit. That's, you can do better, you do deserve better, so that's how you're going to make it. Now, the issue with all that is that kind of like you will have to start from scratch with the enterprise. You will have to start from scratch with the endeavor. So how can I put it into words? This Capricorn is going to be the this full moon in Capricorn, I'm sorry, for you Aries, is going to be the restart of thing, right? Restart of traveling plans, let's say, a restart from some kind of a bargaining, a restart from some kind of a negotiation, say, a restart of a project, and so on and so forth. This time around, when you restart it, the development of the enterprise is going to go much more, say, fluently for you, much more naturally for you, with much more horizons for expansion, and much easier. And even if you had to restart it from halfway, midway through, or even almost being finished, you will catch up extremely quickly, right? And when I say restart, I don't mean that you will have to literally destroy everything. It could be just a simple revisit, right? Where just a few things needs to be readjusted, realigned, and so on and so forth. And once you're done with all that, then depending on what field you're going to be in, or this development is going to be in, will define what your rewards are. You know, career field, that's going to be money and how can I put it into words, recognition. Intimate field, making things right, is going to be your reward, where certain conflicts are going to be no more, and also joy and happiness and love. I do apologize. And going forward into the future, in order to get those rewards or to maintain those rewards, you will have to invest much less than you are investing right now. Okay, moving next. That will be not Aries, but Taurus. Hello, mate. Hello, Taco. Welcome to the stream, mate. You feeling any better? Queen of Swords. Seven of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, Taurus, something's gonna snap for you. What I mean is that at some point, whether because you're gonna be under a pressure, or whether because you tried everything politely, right, taking, you know, other people under consideration and so on and so forth, and just things isn't working, you know, or it just is gonna be the final drop in the cup. That is an expression in our country, just the last thing, right? And you're gonna snap the hell out. You will do what you need, and whether people are happy with it or not, whether they are end up being deprived of their things or not, you will not gonna care, right? You're not gonna care, because for you, in the next couple of weeks, it is your goal and nothing else. And whatever the goal, you will be capable of pushing your things through until you reach it. And you will end up on top with the upper hand, you name it. You will end up exactly where you personally need to be by the end of these couple of weeks, whether in your love life or whether in your career. Just one tipsy whipsy, tiny inconvenience, it is along the way you will make enemies. So you will have to be careful after that. Whom do you trust? Definitely, whatever the goal, right? Whatever you plan to do, you will have anything you need to push it through and to make it happen. Next couple of weeks. Taco, thank you for the $77.77, mate. Thank you, Taco. At the end of the stream, you're gonna have your readings. These are going to be at least couple of them. 3 of them, actually. All right. Moving next. That's gonna be. Thank you, Taco, for the $11.11, which are for Jen. So, Jen, let me put you into the list. All right, Gemini. I know that he is, and if he were around and he was a woman, I'm gonna marry him. No questions asked. No questions asked. If you were a woman and you were around, Taco, I would marry you in a blink of an eye. All right, that was a J. Gemini, the Hangman. Five of Cups. And Death card. Well, it's true. If they say so. If they say so, Taco. All right, Gemini, not much to be said here. Other than, okay, I will listen to Pisces Moonbeam advice and I'm gonna start negative and I'm gonna end up in a positive spin. Because bottom line here is that this is a super, not just only positive, but it's an influence that takes care for your well-being, even if it goes against your wishes. Okay, even if you have to be acquiesced into it, it's gonna end up in your well-being. And now, as the time progresses, in the next few days, you're gonna start feeling more and more helpless. All right, because the more the time progresses in this full moon in Capricorn, according to these cards, the less you will be able to do about things, right? The less you will be able to do about your work, the less you are going to be able to do about the person you like or the person you love, and so on and so forth. And so you're going to start feeling helpless in those situations, and you're going to start wondering, have I made some errors? Have I made some mistakes along the way? And now, be Paul. And now the more you try to outer things. Okay, the more you try to make a difference, the worse things are going to become. So your job here in the next few days, in the next couple of weeks even, is to trust the universe. Because according to these cards, yes, at the start of this full moon in Capricorn, you are going to start feeling helpless and helpless. But towards the end, everything is going to fall where it belongs. And whatever concerns, whatever is making you feel helpless, is going to resolve itself for you on its own accord. And the only thing you have to do is just wait it out. So you don't have to even lift a finger. You know what annoys me when I go for when I have personal readings, it is people expect that, you know, tarot is going to show them how their problems are going to resolve on their own accord, while they don't have to lift a pinky finger and sit all day long on their couch and do nothing about it. Well, that is exactly what you have. You don't have to do anything about it. You just have to wait it out. You just have to observe. It's going to resolve itself on its own accord for you. So here we do have that rare occasion. Usually it's not that way. And it's not that simple. All right, moving next. That will be Cancer. The Sun, the Devil, and it is the Empress here. It's a moment, so those are the three cards. For Cancer is a moment of sobriety, if I may express it that way. That is figuratively speaking. You know, guys, in our world, there are two things that we must have. Okay, one are the things that we want, and the other are the things that we need. And you're gonna wake up, you're gonna sober about that. That's things you want are not the things you need. And so there's going to be a significant change of plans in the next couple of weeks. This is the gift of the full moon in Capricorn for you. You are about to foresee, you are about to open your eyes that there are an enterprise which are meant to believe, which are made to believe that that is something you want, that is something you need. But the only thing that it turns out to be, it is that it works towards the benefit of someone else and not yours benefit, right? And so you're gonna wake up from that thing, you will see that's not your thing to chase, right? Whether a business project or whether some kind of a cumulative endeavor and so on and so forth. Obviously, highly personalized enterprise, depending on, you know, how you set up your life. But these plans that are evolving around that enterprise is going to simply be no longer, and you are gonna have a lot of space, so to speak, to fill up. Now, a few things you can expect. One is when the space is open, you will now see that you do have a space for expanding energies of growth, so you can undertake actually things you need. You can undertake enterprises you need, whatever those are. I mean, you know your own personal needs. But it also is going to be a pivotal point in your disagreements with the people that are dear to your heart, meaning that you don't have to disagree with them anymore, and therefore those grievances that you are building up in between each other are going to be no more there. So you're going to bury down the hatchets, and you are going to end up being happy once more. And at least according to these cards, this full moon in Capricorn, this lunar phase for you, Cancer, is the moment where you are actually going to start making progress in your natural development rather than the development that someone pushed you into. Okay, moving next, that's going to be Leo. The World, Eight of Wands. Hello, living girl. And the Page of Wands. All right, these cards here are showing that within this time frame of the next couple of weeks, the walls are gonna close in on you. Okay, and at first it's gonna feel stifling. At first it's gonna feel like you messed up, but that is just at first. And the reason why the walls are gonna close in on you guys, it is because there are going to be options available that you do not need anymore. Simply, they're not going to work out for you anymore. Because according to these cards, you have now, I don't know how to put it into English. So I'm going to say it that way. You have eliminated everything that can mess around with your development. The world shows that into the upcoming week, you will be able to make your own bed, so to speak. You will be able to close the deal, leaving no loose ends whatsoever. You will be able to how can I put it into words? Say, create the relationship you want without leaving any loose ends, and that's why the walls closed in on that relationship, and it's happening. Okay, probably you will be able to make up the deal for yourself without leaving any loose ends that you will have to tie up moving forward, and thus the walls closed on that, on these negotiations and so on and so forth. The bottom line here, it is that whatever culmination you seek, it's coming, all right? And it will be immaculate, so there will be no reason for you to worry about it anymore. And it's highly advisable when it happens to have a different perspective for you to chase something else for you to do. Okay, so that was Leo. Now moving next, that will be Virgo. The Star card. Justice. King of Wands. All right, think of the area of your life where everything is in ruins or not existing whatsoever. Whether your love life is DOA, whether your career is in ruins, whether you have no personal life, whether you have no social life and whatsoever. So think of those fields. And this absence of them, this ruin of them will be no more. Okay, it ends, and this lunar phase here, full moon in Capricorn, and from there on moving forward, because we all have our ideals and our standards, you know, we do have an idea for the perfect love, we do have an idea for a perfect career development, we do have an idea, you know, for a good friend, so to speak. So we do have our ideals. From there on, once, you know, this ruin ends for you, and it's gonna end very quickly here, because these cards mark the end of an era of a turmoil for you. Once it ends, your ideals can be met. It's going to take time, okay? So as a start here, you can expect a pretty solid plan how to incorporate and accomplish your ambition, or the start of an unfolding. That's a key word here, okay? Unfolding love. So you got to give it time to unfold and to develop. But bottom line, it is that it is whether a career plan or whether it is a love, it can answer to all of your criteria and all of your ideals if you allow it to develop. But it also, the only negative thing here, and I consider it negative for myself, but if you ask my ex, that is a perfect circumstance, okay? So it comes from this, and it speaks for a high maintenance, right? It will have a lot of criteria with it as well. It's going to bring a lot of criteria with it. For example, if it is a career, it will require from you to sign up some classes, to get some qualifications, and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, it will have criteria of its own for you, and you will have to meet them. Now, you will have the necessary capabilities to meet them, right? But it will take time. So this time frame of development will require a lot of time management, which you will have no problem doing. It all comes to that. Are you lazy or not? And because I'm lazy, that's why I said it is a negative thing for me. Hello, Susie. All right, next, Libra. Ace of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. So those are the three cards. Okay. And this full moon in Capricorn period, which is again from 21st to 5th, will present you with a quite gainful opportunity or an enterprise, but it is not the one you expect. Okay, so let's give an example here. Say you like someone, okay, and you are expecting of them to ask you out and to have your chance with them. Well, you are going to be asked out, but just not from them. However, whom you are going to be asked out from, it's a very gainful opportunity for you and super gainful enterprise. There is a lot to learn. There is a lot to experience. There is a lot to, how can I put it into words, discover about yourself and about the world and everything like that. So even as it's not going to be what you expect and want at that moment, don't swipe it under the rug, because you can only lose from doing that. Or say, you know, you have applied for jobs and there are that job that you want to give it a shot, and a job offer is going to come, just not from that job. However, that doesn't mean that it's not going to be a gainful opportunity for you. It's going to be, and give it a shot. All right, Scorpio. Ten of Cups. Judgment. Four of Cups. Now, if you do believe in God, this is God's boot. A big fat boot being shoved in our arses, making us move. God damn it. Because what happens here is that, at least according to these cards, what happens here is that we're gonna grow very accustomed to our situation. Okay, and that doesn't mean that, how can I put it into words? That doesn't mean that it's going to be a flawless one. It's just we are gonna grow to be okay with it. Whether we are gonna grow in the next few days to be okay that we don't date, whether we are gonna grow okay that, you know, we do have an average work, or that we don't work at all and whatsoever. And growing and the reason why we are going to grow very accustomed to it is because the majority of the issue that it creates for us is no longer going to bother us whatsoever. We'll resign, so to speak. We will acquiesce to it, if you will. And that will create one comfort zone. Okay, we simply are going to be happy with how we stand. And that option available is going to show itself up to us, which is going to be in the least convenient moment possible, when exactly the moment where we just don't want to do anything about anything whatsoever. And so it all comes to our personal will for progression. Okay, because it's Scorpio, I'll have to give an example with myself. I am pretty okay how I stand, okay, and where I am, and I don't have much of a will for progression whatsoever. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna take an advantage of that, but for you guys, for those of you who does have a will for a progression, this option available is going to be, how can I put it into words, as perfect as one can be. And this option available actually is going to be a clear path toward completion, whether a clear path toward a job, whether a clear path toward a romantic relationship, and so on and so forth. But it will require from you to leave up your comfort zone, to forlorn it, to relinquish it. So it's your choice. As I gave an example with myself, I already gave you mine. What kind of a choice I'm gonna make. Pisces Moonbeam, thank you for the $3. Thank you, Pisces Moonbeam. Let me put you into a list. All right. Moving next, Sagittarius. Oh, I know. Six of Swords. Four of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. I can only assume that it's going to be something better because it's showing up that way. Now that I think of it, could develop in a very mundane situation. So I'll try to express Sagittarius experience, the experience that they're going to have through examples here. Say, guys, you have a dream of a job, right? But as with many of us, almost all of us, what our dream is and what is possible are two different things, okay? And say you have a dream of a job, but you couldn't nail it, and thus you had to settle for something else. You had to acquiesce for some kind of another job. And as you performed in it, right now, and that is just an example with the job, it could be with a love life, obviously, or some kind of a friendship. But let's continue with the job example. And actually you grow to be good at that job. And you reach the point while it is not your dream job, it is actually a job that gives you content. It allows you to further your career development, and it actually happens to be lucrative for you. Now, how lucrative, that is relative, okay, but more or less lucrative. Or if it is a relationship, it grows to be harmonious, but it is not your dream relationship. And this full moon in Capricorn gives you the chance to chase that dream, but you will have to relinquish what you built, okay? This job you settled for, this relationship you settled for, they need to be relinquished if you want to chase that dream, which you're going to have a chance to do so in the next couple of weeks. Now, whether you're going to choose to chase that dream or not, it is entirely up to you, but the prospect will be frightening, and that's how you're going to know that that's your cue. You are afraid to make a move, that's your cue to make that move. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. You can continue into what you acquiesced yourself into back in the days. Is it possible to accomplish the dream? Definitely. But as with every dream, just dreaming about it is not enough. Actions are required. And this full moon in Capricorn, that period, it is your cue to make your first move. Whether you're going to make it or not, entirely up to you, Sagittarius. All right, moving next, Capricorn. The Strength, Three of Wands, Queen of Wands. Great, it's a challenge that will be given to you as a reward. Okay, what happens here is that let's give a career, right, as an example. So what happens here is that say your supervisor or your boss, the one that has the power to decide what you're going to do there and whether you're going to stay there or not. So whomever that is, let's say a supervisor, had tested you for a couple of months, let's say, just to see how good you are and whether you can handle the pressure and so on and so forth. And you have met the expectations. Oh boy, you did not disappoint. And now they have for you a bigger fish to fry. That is the challenge, that is the goal, that is something personally tailored for you as a job opportunity, as a project that will allow you to grow at that career. Okay, it is a something which allows you at the end to be the king of the hill. Now, if I have to give an example in personal life, okay, say you start dating someone and for that person they haven't put much of a thought into it. Say they are going forward with it and just, you know, whatever comes about, but through the progress of your performance you actually show that you are sitting on a well-established patterns here. I mean, you can definitely do more and go for more, and how can I put it into words? You can fulfill the expectations for more, so that person says in the next couple of weeks of the full moon Capricorn, you know what? Let's give that girl or that man, that boy, a chance for a something more, and they give you the chance. It's going to be a challenging thing, okay? What I mean is that you will definitely have to lift up your bar of a performance. You gotta perform better and more than you think you're capable of, but the reward for you, like I said, is going to be being the king of the hill. And I'm saying that you will not disappoint because this individual, whether your supervisor, the person that you're dating with, your friend, your can I put it into words, your client, because that could be a client that it is giving you a mundane, how can I put it into words, mundane orders, okay? Because they're happy with your work, but at some point they're saying, you know what, I can actually disclose more. I can actually give this business a bigger piece because they see that you do not disappoint. And yeah, the bigger piece, the bigger purchase order, the bigger project, it's going to be a challenge for your business, but you can make it. And once you make it, you will be the king of the hill, at least for that client. Jasmine, thank you for the 20. Thank you. I need to know what did Jason said as the intentions, so to speak, because the cards are going to show Jason's intentions, and that way we can say whether he said the truth or not. If you're not comfortable saying, I can approach the matter in a different way, but then it's not going to be as precise as if I know the Jason's intentions. Jasmine, thank you for the 20. Thank you. Let me put you into the list. Hello, Anna. Welcome to the stream. Okay. That's good enough. Thank you, Jasmine. So you're wondering if he lies about it. Oh yeah, Anna, you're right. It is the summer solstice. Is it today though? Wasn't it yesterday? I don't know. I listened about it in the news, but I thought that it was yesterday's news. I don't know. Anna, thank you for the 20. Thank you. Let me put you into a list, and at the end of the stream, you know what? You're gonna have your personalized reading. Okay. It's on the 21st. Okay. So it's today. Five of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Magician. I love it. I love it. Excuse me. So you Aquariuses, and this full moon in Capricorn next couple of weeks, the moment shit's hit the fan and you see no way out, you will be presented with a plan B, working plan B. In fact, the plan B could work far better than the plan A. Okay. But the plan B will have nothing to do with plan A. That's going to be about something entirely different. Okay, something entirely different in terms of, can I put it into words? In terms of opportunity, but in the same field. Like a different person to continue on with, like a different job to start working, like a different client to fulfill that purchase, or to make the investment, and so on and so forth. But the moment things become helpless for you, and you see that you will and you see no way how you are gonna make a development here, you are going to be gifted or rewarded, depending on the way you wanna see it, with a plan B, how to make that personal development in a different way. And according to these cards, you're going to do a fantastic job in it. You will, like with the Sagittarius, I believe it was, you are not going to disappoint what bit. That opportunity will allow you to build up personal sovereignty and to push forward your, can I put it into words? I can't say agenda, but definitely your ideas. I hate the summer. I know. Summer is one of the seasons that I just can't bear. The heat, it's terrible. I do not handle heat very well. My skin becomes, it's called a bird skin. Okay, wherever there is a hair coming out, there is a bump beneath it, just like the feathers of the birds, that they do have a bump in it. So, and I have to use ointments and whatnot in order to prevent that. It's terrible. My skin doctor tells me that I have to avoid sunlight and sunshine and heat in general at all costs whatsoever. And just that's a season that I am not built for. It's a type of skin, by the way. It's called, like I said, a bird skin. Pisces, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Five of Swords, now it's a sad story, guys. Yeah. You're right, Taco. It's a sad story, guys, because you are gonna lose a friend. Okay? The circumstances, though, that you are gonna lose that friend are gonna be classic. What I mean is that in the next couple of weeks, a friend will approach you and is gonna tell you that they see you for more. Right? They don't want to be a friend anymore with you. They want to date. they want to be more. And either way, you are going to lose a friend. Whether you agree to it, whether you agree to chase that potential which is heretofore and explodes or not, that friendship ends with this divulgement, because they will come up and basically divulge that they like you or love you or whatnot here. And according to the cards, it could work out. It could work out very, very well for you. I mean, if you don't have anyone to date, you don't have a family, you know, you like the person, it could work out for both of you. But if you do deny that individual, it's over. Well, either way, it's over with the friendship. Well, I did that a few hours ago. Taco. Pork. I very seldom eat pork. B, thank you for the $5. Thank you, B. Let me put you into the list as well. Well, Jen, the summers here in Bulgaria are excruciating. Probably not as hot as in Texas, okay? But the heat wave we're having right now, it's oh God, it's awful. But yeah, I'm using a body oil. I'm using a body ointment. I'm using a face oil and also a face ointment, just so my skin can be somewhat normal. Otherwise, what happens if I don't use them? I start getting something like a dandruff over my face. Okay, my face basically starts peeling off. And then at my skin, like I said, everywhere there is a hair, you can see a bump beneath it, a dent beneath it. It's a small one, but it is there. And on a particular light, like at home, you know, we do have that yellow light. So it could be pleasant for the eyes. On a yellow light, it's super obvious. Well, I have been prescribed a specific ointment, and truth be told, Taco, the first time I applied it, I was like, you know, the peeling was never there. It restored my skin, and it made it, I don't know, say perfect, just in a span of 20 minutes. I do believe that it has a cortico in it, okay? But I don't care. For as long as it kind of like it solves the issue, I do not care. All right, super chat now. First goes Yasmin. Well, Jen, it's hotter in Bulgaria than in the United Kingdom. Because yeah, it may hit you with a 40 Celsius, but it is it's humid. Okay, it's humid and it's windy all the time. You know, you do have much more rain than here, so it's tolerable. While here it's dry and there are almost no rain throughout the summer. I mean, the spring and the autumn, it rains almost non-stop, but in the summer, there are no rains. And it's just this dry air and the heat, it makes it difficult for you to breathe. You know what? It's terrible. Christina, thank you for the $5. Thank you, Christina. Let me put you into the list. At the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading. Right, Yasmin, those are your cards. Here. Those are your cards. I do believe that that's going to be your boyfriend, okay? Because according to these cards, you will receive a gift, okay? You will receive a gift out of love. And they, by the way, could be multiple gifts, not just only one, but couple of them and whatnot. Now, thank you, Christina. Now, these gifts are gonna be guilt tripping, okay? What I mean is that I hope it's Kenny, right? But your boyfriend, but let's say, you know, your boyfriend wants you to acquiesce in something. He knows that you're not gonna approve at first, right? But you ain't gonna be exactly against it either. And so he builds up the favoritism. He builds up the favoritism and starts buying you gifts about that and about this, and at some point asks you, you know what, Yasmin, don't you want to do something like that? And make no mistake here, Yasmin, I mean, it's a thing that, you know, whomever is giving you that gift wants to experience, right? And these gifts are not solely made for that. Okay, yeah, it's guilt tripping. I mean, the gift itself, the gifts themselves are guilt tripping, but in the same time, they are also genuine in a sense of that person truly loves you. Okay, so it's two birds with one stone, the way I see it. I mean, you can have some gifts and make someone you love happy by acquiescing into, you know, their proposal, because it's going to be a proposal. I mean, ultimately, whether you take the gifts or not, ultimately you get to decide whether you want to do it or not, whatever they do propose to you. But it's going to be a good experience for both of you. Yeah, I love the water too, Jen. I love water, but the problem is the refraction. Okay, from the refraction, I am getting a pretty nasty sunburns, and I don't have to stay in water for that long either. I mean, it's just summer is not my season. All right, next, Taco. All right, Sako, the first event for you, those are the three cards. Money. Okay, money from a different place. Let me draw the tarot. That could be these cards could speak an expensive trip, expensive traveling, or a money that you're gonna receive from somewhere else. It could also speak about purchasing a property, but at a different place where you are living at right now. So one of those three events, unfortunately, Tarot doesn't give specifics here. But what they say, it's a planned thing. So which one of those three things you are planning? Hey, Lisa. Okay, Jasmine. So you want Lenormand as well? Uh, Let me put that into the list. Yeah, well then probably that's what the cards are referring to. Okay. And what they show here, it is that this traveling is gonna happen to be expensive. Okay, but that said, tarot shows that you are gonna make a really good planning about it, and this traveling will have no issue whatsoever becoming, I don't know what the reason for that traveling is, Taco, but you're gonna have no reason to worry about it, and is gonna be successful. Probably within the next couple of weeks you have to book tickets, or you have to book places to stay, and so on and so forth, and you will have to spend money about it. All right. But that said, these are gonna be money well spent. Now, if I have to be specific with the Lenormand, probably this is about booking where you are gonna stay here, because we do have the home. Now, the second event for you, Taco, for the next couple of weeks, the second important event, well, the place, probably the place, and it's gonna be expensive place, but it's gonna be a good place, mate. All right, so these are the Lenormand cards here for you. And as I know you don't have children, then the child stands for small, or it could stand for a child as well, because these cards, these Lenormand cards, as with the tarot stands here, speaks for a letter of denial, right? Whether that's a letter of a small denial, or a letter of uh, a denial for a child. But I know that you don't have children, so probably it's a small denial. But I am obliged to give you both versions here. And the reason why you're gonna get that denial is because when I put it into words, overlooking, for a lack of better expression. Now the tarot shows what comes out of it, and what comes out of it is that there were issues or aspects, or I don't know how to put it, that had been overlooked, and now it's too late to compensate. And so you're gonna get that letter that unfortunately that person cannot do business with you, they're not gonna come with you, they're not gonna do something about or something with you. But this letter of denial doesn't mean that the partnership has to end. It is just this particular enterprise cannot move forward. However, you can work out something else. So it's important not to allow, I don't know, only pup children. No. We're talking about children. So it's, I don't know what kind of a character you have, Pisces Moonbeam, because she talked with you, said that you do have a very humble character. But still, I'm obliged to tell that, when you have that initial denial, don't overreact about it, okay? Because you and whomever gave you the rejection, you can go for a long way here, shown by these cards. And this denial is going to be whether through an email or through a letter. Yeah. And so on. And finally, Taco, let's see what, in general, what kind of a atmosphere you are going to be in this lunar cycle. Yeah, because something was overlooked, and this is a I put it into words, a letter where you will be notified that you just can't move forward with the enterprise, like I said. You know what, now that I think of, okay, you may have a dispute with your wife, and you have overlooked some of her, say, importances, and she tells you, you know what, just shut up, I don't want to hear about it, okay, let's move on. And there you go, you have a denial here. All right, the atmosphere for you, those three cards, it's super peaceful. You are going to face a lot of understanding from the people around you, in a sense of that, I'll put it that way, the people around you, the people that, say, your friends, your wife, and so on, will be able to put themselves in your shoes, and therefore there will be a lot of compassion that happens around you. Not to mention that the next couple of weeks, whatever you have been disappointed into recently, you are going to have another shot in it. And certain concerns that you do have about particular developments, or in general things that are moving forward, are going to be extinguished. These concerns will be no longer there because they will no longer be relevant. Yeah. So overall, you're going to have a really, really good couple of weeks, Taco. All right, Jasmine, your first question is about Jason's intentions, whether he speaks the truth or not. About the other person that you mentioned, I forgot the name. You're welcome, Taco. He does. Jasmine. Jasmine, I'm sorry. He does. Now, these cards do show those two, okay? Those two. They does show that he revealed basically how he stands naturally and that he is gonna go forward no other way than the way he says. All right. And the sun card represents natural development, so to speak. And what he said, it is his natural feeling and natural development. So he definitely spoke the truth. The Nine of Swords from the other side only represents his understanding. What I mean is that this person understands what he inflicts with his position. He does care, but he cannot go against thyself. Okay, so friends it is. And the other request of yours, it's Lenormand's. So let's see. Hopefully, Taco, hopefully, mate, that you are finally gonna get that thing you are after. All right, Yasmin. The first event is this one here. So we do have the birds, the tower, the path, and then it is the house. So this event could be interpreted, these cards could stand for two events. One is that in both ways, it's going to happen through a phone call. So you're going to get a phone call and you're going to be asked whether, where, or what about you want to work. Okay. So what kind of, say, department you want to work, what kind of a client you want to work, basically what domain you want for yourself about your business and about your work. The other event that these cards manifest through, it is that is if you are looking for a place to live. And you will get a phone call that gives you few options about a place for you to live, and all of the options are going to work for you. So that is the first event that Lenormand shows. That is the first important event that Lenormands are showing for you. Let's check on the second. Those are the cards. It's a friend, okay? Very successful friendship that you are gonna take care for one another. Okay, that is the second important event for you. Very, very successful friendship. It's a new friendship. That is a new person delivered to you in your life. And the third important event, those are the three cards. It's a secret that's gonna be cracked wide open. Not a secret about you, it's a secret that concerns you, right? Or say an information that had been that you weren't aware of. I can't really say that it had been intentionally kept away from you, but it is an information that concerns you, and it's important to you. It is just you weren't aware of, and it's going to be cracked wide open, and you will become aware of that information. This information concerns and is about your social circle, or as big as you have it. And as we saw, even if you don't have one social circle, you are about to with that friend which is coming in. So these are your Lenormand events. All right, moving next, Anna. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. You can watch your reading later. I mean, on a recording. All right, those are cards. It's picking up a fight, or you are to be picked up a fight with, and it's from a family member, someone from your family. So what happens here is that this person will have some kind of an ambition that goes through you, and that individual will try to knock you off, so to speak. Okay, so this is going to be a ruthless drive. In fact, with that Three of Swords to the King of Wands, you wouldn't even believe that that's possible. And it's very important to shake off very quickly and do what you must in order to, if you want to call it even that way, retaliate. But according to these cards, you are going to be made an enemy of. This isn't something you are looking for, okay? This isn't something because of you or of your fault or anything like that. It's just someone is going to pick up a fight with you and is going to make an enemy from you. So brace yourself. It is what can I say here. Other than that, as a guidance, that is a couple of weeks where it's gonna be good if you kind of like try to, I'd say, socialize a bit more and have a bit more fun. Right, kind of like try to enjoy life as much as you can in the next couple of weeks. That is gonna help you tremendously. And whenever you do face a bump, like a situation or a place that you don't see how you can prevail, don't despair, just focus on the win, so to speak, and you will be able to push it through. But the main thing here, the cherry of the cake, like I said, is that you are going to be made an enemy from, okay? And that's going to be one more problem for you to take care of. And one more thing here for you, Anna, um, take more care about your health, okay? Like eat more healthy. If you feel that you are not well, go to a doctor. Don't wait for it to kind of like pass away on its own accord, and so on and so forth. Just take care of yourself the next for the next couple of weeks. I mean, everybody should does that all the time, but for you, next couple of weeks, that's very important. All right, Jen. You're welcome, Anna. Those are the cards for you, Jen. Uh, the more you are set in your ways, next couple of weeks, Jen, the worse the situations will become next couple of weeks. What I mean is that this lunar phase from 21st to 5th is a time where you will have to let go of dated concepts and replace them with concepts that can work this time around. Without Three of Swords, that is when, as just history repeats itself, you end up in a similar situations that never work out, and so on and so forth. It's like going in circles, being riding the merry-go-round, and at some point, it's just something must change, and that change, it is a personal one. Like I said, particularly into the concepts and the perspectives that one has. So this cycle for you, it's a cycle where it's gonna be good, okay, in order to negate that taste of defeat or lack of drive to move forward. If you let go again of the dated concepts, the outdated concepts, and replace them with a new ones. So it's an internal personal struggle here that you will have to go through and pave new ways for yourself. Okay. Uh, it is, Yasmin. Right? Presents. Who doesn't like presents? All right, Lisa, what do you need to know? Seven of Swords for you, Lisa. For what do you need to know under the influence of the Seven of Swords? It is that you are the important one. It doesn't matter what your boss wants. It doesn't matter what your husband or wife, based on your preferences, wants. It doesn't matter what your family wants. It doesn't matter what your friend wants. It matters what you want. Okay? And you need to know that if you don't do it for yourself, no one else is gonna do it for you. And this is a time frame next couple of weeks where you have to slam with your fist on the table and make your demands. Even if that means that you will have to storm the situation, you will have to storm through the situation. This next couple of weeks are the weeks where you ask for what you have been owed. Whether you have been owed money, whether you have been owed respect, whether you have been owed positions. Because if you don't, they ain't coming around. Pisces Moonbeam. The Devil. I don't think so. Okay. I don't think it's over with this card. And Christina. I have a Page of Swords here. So this full moon in Capricorn, this lunar transit is going to bring you conflicts, Christina. The Page of Swords is when you do have one opinion or one idea, the other side has a different opinion and different idea, and for the love of God, neither of you can fathom the other side. This isn't a disagreement out of spite. This isn't a disagreement out of, how can I put it into words, out of stubbornness or out of ego or anything like that. This is a disagreement on a fundamental differences. It's just your brain works in one way, the other brain works in another way, and you just can't fathom either of yourself. Now, it's going to be important to ignore each other, okay, because these disagreements, obviously, they ain't leading anywhere. Neither you're going to be able to convince the other side in your righteousness, neither the other side will be able to convince you in their righteousness. So just, if it is not a big deal of a thing, just ignore it and for the love of God, move forward with each other. Other than that, within the next couple of weeks, you are going to get help from super unexpected places. And through those disagreements, by the way, through these unique thoughts that you are going to have, one of those thoughts, it is that I need to purge my social circle and basically let go of people that I don't see any reason being around me other than wasting time. And so with that said, guys, this is gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and we are gonna see each other next time, hopefully. Until then, bye.